All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna break this off into two segments. We were last talking, Joey, about Daphne hooking you guys up with this club, and basically how it started. That she kicked the door open for you guys at this place. So let's take it from there, brother.
Yeah, she actually she like I said, she got us into Madison Avenue, and of course it was like, if you guys want to be here, you got to come playing on a Tuesday. So we were like, well, we'll take it, like, I mean, they didn't really want to give us any other day. So it was like, we went and played. And I remember the first Tuesday we played, there was like 40 people, but we played our asses off. You know what I mean? And,
right.
And we did it every Tuesday for about 5 months. And then one Tuesday we showed up and it was
packed,
crazy,
brother. Packed
in there, man. And all of a sudden, Madison Avenue became the place to catch live music, rock en español, grupo metal, and dude, Emilio would show up, DJ Kane would show up, the Desperados would show up, even, and I'm not a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, but at the time, the Cowboys had their training camp in San Antonio, and they would bring their tour bus. Jerry Jones's kids would show up. Like, it was the place to be. And yeah, man, it got to the point to where we became so popular in San Antonio that the owners of this place wanted us just to be there Tuesday.
Their band. Mm-hmm.
Their band. So we ended up being there Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And
damn, brother.
It was a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun.
Dang.
But it was from that transition that I ended up joining AB's band.
Got it. Well, so we got a lot to catch up on, Joey, but I know we've covered a lot, but one of the things I want to show some of these folks, man, and as I was talking earlier, man, some of those TikToks and stuff you see from the younger kids, the impact you've made on them. I want to show some of the work that you've done on a video. But this is one of the songs you see those kids kind of trying to emulate you and jam, because it's a great jam, man. And
yeah.
My favorite part is at the end when you just go to town, brother. But
yeah.
With that being said, man, let's give our fans here a peek view of this video right here.
Sounds good.
Me ilumina más que el sol cada mañana. Eres un regalo que me ha dado Dios. Despiertas en mi vida toda la pasión. Me encanta que me digas que me amas, que no hay nadie como yo, que yo soy tu único amor. Que yo soy el único en tu pensamiento, que de sobra sabes que mi vida es tuya y de nadie más, que me amas y que nuestra historia todo va perfecto, que a mi lado puedes alcanzar el cielo, convertir tus sueños en la realidad y no te falta más que yo. Y de nadie más, que me amas y que nuestra historia todo va perfecto, que a mi lado puedes alcanzar el cielo, convertir tus sueños en la realidad y no te falta más, que yo tuya y de nadie más. Que me amas y que nuestra historia todo va perfecto. Que a mi lado puedes alcanzar el cielo, convertir tus sueños en la realidad y no te falta más que yo.
Damn, Joey. Went to town on that, brother.
Man,
wow. Amazing.
That was fun.
Dude, there's a little bit more to it than that on pertaining to that. Not only that video, man, but I think that album, you got to work with the man himself, Ricky Munoz, on that. Is that right?
Yeah, he actually he came in during the recording of the Monstro album that we did with Signo. To come in and produce two songs, or no, he produced one song, which was Que Me Amas, which he co-wrote with Jose Zamora from Zamorales and Josue Contreras, which is another songwriter from Zapata. And we found out that he was, really wanting to produce a song for us. And I thought that was cool, like, I mean, we had already been doing our own thing, which, we were doing, but I mean, for this opportunity, I was like, yeah, well, and on my part, I was like, yeah, and everybody else was pretty jazzed about it. And, yeah, he came into the studio, and it's funny because that day that he walked into the studio, or I had gone to the studio, said hi to everybody, then I started setting up the drums there in the room, and he walks in. He's like, "What's up, Joey?" I was like, "Hey, what's up, Rick?" And me and the guys from Intocable, we go way back since Excelencia, because those guys were huge Excelencia fans. So
wow,
even before they were popular,
big, yep.
Yeah, when we would play in town, those guys would go and hang out with the roadies or help the roadies set up, and that's how long I've known them since then.
Right.
And so Ricky comes in the room. He's like, "What's up, Joey?" I was like, "What's up, dude?" He goes, "Hey, I just want you to know, man, I came with this song with you in mind." I was like, "Oh, yeah?" He goes, "I want your inner Tommy Lee to come out." I said, "Psh, let's go." Yeah, man. So dude, basically...
And we hear it, man. It's I mean, dude, we hear it. There's no doubt about it, man. So that's great, man. That's crazy to hear that he had that in mind already.
Yeah, he was like, "I want your." It's funny because there's a part on after the first chorus, right before we go back to the music. There's a drum lick that I do, and when we were arranging the song, he goes, "Okay, right there." This is exactly what he said. He said, "Right there, I want you to give me he goes, I want you to give me something that people are going to be more on your nuts than what they already are." And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I did that one lick, and then, yeah, man, at the ending, it was just balls to the wall. And
that's crazy.
The cool thing about it is that, to me, in my ears, it sounds really cool. And so when I hear it on the radio, and I'm glad that'll be around forever.
Dude, the thing you can't help but see it, Joe, and I'm sure you've seen it. I've seen it, dude, is you see people playing air drums to that music, dude, because the drums are they're in there, right? So that's the cool part about that, man, for sure. Total, man, you definitely did your time with Signo. How long were you with Signo in total, man?
I was there for 8 years, 6 albums, 8 years, yeah.
Yeah, quite some time. Yeah. Now, throughout that time, and not only with Signo, man, but also with Cumbia Kings, Joey, you've toured throughout Latin America, man.
Yeah, man. When I joined Amy's band, it was crazy. Like, those dudes were like they were like the freaking new kids on the block. Their fame like worldwide. And
you're playing arenas now, right? Now at this time you're playing huge arenas everywhere.
Oh, but I know we're playing stadiums, bro.
Stadiums.
Like
wow.
I'm talking like freaking legit soccer stadiums that held 50,000, 80,000, 60,000, like insane, bro. It was insane, man. That period of my life. I was with AB for about 7 years, 8 years as well, and it was a freaking ride and a half, bro. Like,
brother. During that time, Joey, what would you say was the biggest concert that you guys played in, man, in arena that you could say just blew you away, man, from an impact perspective?
We played at the Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. And it was 125,000 people.
Wow.
Like I'm talking like that's an insane amount of people, bro. Like that's like Iron Maiden and Metallica. And
yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy, but we would do arenas 20,000, 30,000. You walk into an arena and you're standing there and you're like, holy shit, man! Like crazy.
Azteca's huge, man.
Yeah, the Azteca. I remember my first gig with AB was in Puebla, Mexico, at the soccer stadium, and they were telling me it was like an 80,000 seater. It was sold out, and we used to have this ramp that went out into the crowd. Right, it was like a stage went out into the crowd and made like a T. So I remember walking out there, going this way, and I was just looking at the stadium, bro. And I turn around and my drums are way the hell over there.
Yeah, way back.
And I'm still on the stage, but I'm out there, you know. And I'm looking, and I'm just like, holy shit! And the promoter comes, he tells me that it's sold out, and I was like,
it got real.
Insane. That's insane.
Yeah.
Man. What was even more crazy about it is that I remember AB and Chris playing the Tejano clubs and all that back in the day when we were opening up for them. Now AB's this freaking international superstar, bro.
Yep.
And I'm like, wow, like that's insane. Like it was insane.
Yeah, totally, brother. Totally. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the reason. Now you know why I had Mr. Joey on as my first guest, man. What a story. Now, throughout your career, man, you've been able to accomplish quite a bit as well, Joey. You've got some endorsements out there too, right, man? With the cymbals, and that's with who endorses you from a cymbal perspective?
Yeah, Peisty cymbals. Shout out to Peisty and all the staff out there. I've been with those guys since 2009, and they have been absolute support, whatever I need. And they're very hands-on. Like, if you know, when I order cymbals from them, you know, and they'll tell me like, man, Joey, you just ordered that cymbal. You already broke it 3 months. And I was like, yeah, man. Okay, well, why don't you try this one out, or try, you know, they'll help me, you know, try to find something that'll last longer or whatever. Super supportive. I couldn't be happier. Peisty cymbals. And I've been endorsed by Ahead Drumsticks also since like 2006 or so. And Ahead Drumsticks, man, like, talk about the innovative game changer of drumsticks. These guys, the drumsticks are aluminum. They're not even wood. They're made out of aluminum. And
wow.
Yeah, man, I got introduced to Ahead Drumsticks when I was about 14 years old, because since I'm a big Tommy Lee fan. I was reading Modern Drummer magazine, and I see this article, this advertisement, and he's in like the pictures of him with all these wood sticks broken, and he's holding a stick like this, and it's an Ahead stick, and I was like, what is that? So that's how I got introduced to what Ahead drumsticks were, and I started using them because Tommy Lee used them, you know. So I started using Ahead sticks, and I was using them for a long. And mind you, these suckers are expensive. You know, you can go to the music store and buy a pair of wood sticks for like $12, right?
Right.
These things at the music store are like $30, $35.
Yep.
And because they're made out of grass,
But
they're like aluminum.
I was going to say, you're getting top quality.
Yeah, man. So I remember I was using them for the longest time, and I remember I reached out to their artist relations guy one time, and I was like, "Hey, man, my name is Joey Jimenez. I play, yada yada yada. I was wondering if you guys did half endorsements because, I love your sticks, but they're kind of expensive, to see if there was whatever." And the guy was like, "Well, I appreciate you reaching out, but I don't know if you, are familiar with our roster. We have Class A drummers that are touring all over the world and are selling out, and I was like, all right, thanks, man." So basically told me no, right? So fast forward like 3 years or 4 years later, I get the call that, well, when I was playing with Abe, are you still there? Can you hear me?
I'm here, brother.
Okay,
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I started playing with AB, I started making a little bit more money, and these drumsticks were expensive. So what I was using the Tommy Lee concert model. Those were the sticks that I was using. So when I was making more money, so now I started buying them by the brick, which is 12 pairs.
Wow.
So I would buy them and buy them, like I would buy them like maybe every 3-6 months because I would throw them out in the crowd.
Yeah.
And the manager called me one day from the music store when I ordered the sticks, and she's like, "Can you come in? I want to talk to you." And I was like, "Sure. What's going on?" So she basically told me like, if you can she's like, "Sit down." So I sat down in the office. She goes, "If you can get me some information, like a bio or whatever," she goes, "this will be the last time that you have to pay for your sticks." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Well, they want to endorse you." I'm like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Are you for real?"
Dang.
So I immediately followed up by telling her the story that I called them for half endorsement, and they told me no. So they ended up finding out who I was or whatever, and then I was out there playing, touring the world with AB Quintanilla, and
right.
They gave me an endorsement deal. So I immediately got the endorsement deal, and I was with them till about 2013. They asked me if I wanted my own signature stick, and I was like, "What?" So basically what I did was I just kind of customized the stick that I was already using, which was a Tommy Lee concert stick, and just kind of changed the things to my liking, because the Tommy Lee drumstick is this part right here. The stick is silver, the tip is white, and the butt is white. So instead, if I wanted to be different than Tommy Lee, of course I wanted to change it. So the original drum.
We just lost Joey. I'm sure he can come back, but what an interesting story as far as from an endorsement from cymbals to drumsticks. And we're right in the middle of talking about his own signature drumsticks that he has as part of his merchandise. The drumsticks are tremendous, and hoping to get Joey on here pretty quick. He logs back on. And I apologize for the technical difficulties we're having, but you'll see Joey's name signature on that, as well as his logo. And those are available, and we'll get Joey to find out. I believe you can order them through his website, and also through Ahead, the drumstick company themselves. So going back to what we're just saying, he's got such a rich history. When he was 5 years old, all the way to now, and he's played for some of the biggest bands out there, and has recorded for some of the major artists out there. And I think we're getting Joey back, and we got Joey back. But Joey, I was telling him about the stick itself, and so for those, again, I talked about while you were gone, brother, and came back. We were talking about, again, man, the influence you've had on the younger kids and so forth. So not only that, man, but anybody looking to get a good stick. But if I want the Joey Jam stick, man, how do I go about ordering your signature stick, brother?
Well, you could actually order these drumsticks, and I could show you. this is what they look like now. They're 17 inches long, which is they're longer than like a normal drumstick. And the weight is just it's to some people it's heavy, but I'm already used to it. And this is
Right.
what it has the signature. Look, check this out. The signature Joey Jams
Look at that.
right there.
And it's got your logo too, brother.
It's got my logo right there.
Yes, sir.
My signature. Then it has the dimensions of it. Right here's my name and the dimensions of the stick. And let me just say that there is not a stick that looks like this. There is not another stick like this in the entire world.
One of a kind.
One of a kind right here. And if you're interested, you can always reach through me because I can order through ahead to sell. So people can just reach at me on my social platforms, and we can get you some sticks.
Hook you up. You can hook them up. All right. So let's talk about that, Joey. So what's a way to get a hold of Joey, man? I know you got TikTok. I know you got Facebook.
Yeah.
Can you want to give out your logins there, brother, for both?
Yeah, man. On Facebook, it's Joey JMZ Jimenez, which is my fan page. I also have my personal page, which is Joey JMZ. And then on Instagram, I'm under JJ Crew, as in JJCRUE, as in like Motley Crue. JJ Crew.
Motley Crue.
Yeah, and then TikTok, I'm I_AM_JMZ. I am Jams. And
there you go.
Man, you could follow me, or even on YouTube. You could subscribe to my official YouTube channel, which is Joey JMZ, and I have a bunch of videos and some content there.
Yes,
that I'm working on.
Yes,
and yeah, man, I'm
highly encourage the people, man, to join the platforms, especially YouTube, Joey. You do a great job, man. One of the things, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see Joey doing, he has these drum cams that he's got that he'll post behind him, brings you straight into the action from his perspective. And boy, let me tell you, Joey, those are some of the best shots, man. I've seen you jamming with all sorts of bands, man. And what a way to bring in the fans into it, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just, a lot of people, and a lot of people, request, they'll send me messages and be like, hey, can you do a video like this? Or, you haven't done a video lately, and which I haven't done lately. So I'm working on tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I have a studio session in the Valley. So I'm going to take my cameras with me and hopefully capture some behind the scenes stuff and whatnot.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about, man. The other thing you do really cool, man, too, is you on TikTok, you go and also your other platforms, man. You got to give tips to some folks out there, man. You do warm-ups, how you do warm-ups and the whole thing, man. I think that's the coolest thing too, man.
Yeah. Well, the thing about stuff like that is, like, to me, it's very important. It's very important to warm up. It's very important to do all that good stuff, man, because it's like an athlete, before an athlete goes and, is going to run a marathon or going to play a freaking Super Bowl game or whatever, you got to get in shape. I mean, I'm not in the greatest shape, but, being a drummer, you got to have a little bit of stamina, especially when you're going to play, going from playing, cumbias and rancheras for 2 hours and then going to the opposite spectrum of that, playing rock and roll for 2 hours or whatever, you got to be up for it. So it's very important to practice and warm up and get the body flowing.
Every professional in the industry tells you. Yeah, every professional in the industry says that, man. Even the vocalists say, hey, we warm up all the time. Yeah, you got to warm up.
I mean, everybody, there's people that I do know that do not warm up. They'll just get up there cold turkey. But for me, I need to warm up.
I hear you, brother. Well, the other thing too, Joey, I think that's very cool too, man. Besides your drumsticks, you got your own merch line, brother. Very cool hats, shirts, and let me share that here. I'm gonna pull up the video here real quick, and look at that one right there, man. So talk to me a little bit about that, brother. What you got going on here, and again, how folks can order these.
Yeah, I've had the Jams brand since 2013, bro. And let me be the one to tell you, this was not my idea. I did not wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm going to start a clothing brand because I think I'm cool. I know that was never my idea. It was our road manager at the time. She had, we would drive together to where our tour bus was at, and we would have, long talks or whatever. And just one day she tells me like, you should start your own like clothing brand or something. I was like, what do you mean? Like, she goes, because I don't know, like you're different, you dress different, you look different, and I think people would like it. And I was like, really? Like I thought, ain't nobody who's gonna like that? Like that was my mentality, I never.
But she's right. She's right though, man. From a marketing perspective, you have your own style, brother.
Well, that's I never really I never really looked at it like that. Only because I just was being me. You know what I mean? And
right.
So I'm thinking like, who would even like? Do you think somebody like? I'm thinking of myself like, you think somebody would do that? Like buy
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I sat on.
Look at these shirts, man. These shirts are cool, bro.
Yeah, that's the stuff that I have now. I've had jams since 2013. So I've had a bunch of different designs, bunch of different cap designs. But what you're showing right now to the audience is what I currently have right now, and I'm working on new. I keep working on new designs and stuff like that.
So how do we go, or how does anybody go, man? Again, Joey, to order these cool hats or shirts, brother?
All they gotta do is just hit me up on my social sites. Everybody can order directly through me. I used to have a website, but not after all. So basically, all you gotta do is just hit me up, send me a message. I will send you what I have. I'll show you what I have in stock, or I'll always, whenever I drop something new, like a new shirt or a new cap, I'll post it and people can, and I'll put in detail if you're interested, either comment or send me an inbox, and, we get orders shipped out. I mean, I got very blessed when I got my new caps in. Within 6 days, I completely sold out. So,
jeez, man.
Yeah, man. And people, bro, trust me when I tell you, it goes from shirts to caps to beanies to jackets to towels to freaking people putting my logo tattooed on their body, bro.
Wow, bro.
Yeah,
wow.
Man. So
that is awesome, bro.
It's been the crazy thing is look, I've seen other musicians start making T-shirts and stuff like that, which is that's cool. I never, like I said, this was not my idea. I never thought to myself, well, I'm going to start my own brand. I never did that. It was actually, pitched to me that I should do that. And the ultimate is seeing the people with the tattoos, where I'm like, wow, like that's
crazy, man.
That's what you call support. You know what I mean?
No doubt, man. No doubt. That's big, man. You see Motley Crue, you see everybody wearing their Motley Crue tattoos or whatever your band is, and to see your own logo, bro.
That's what I
there you go, man.
Motley Crue tattoos right here.
See what I'm saying? And now there's people out there with jams, man, with your logo. That's unbelievable, brother. And there you have it, folks.
Just real quick, a lot of people, they ask me, and they think that it's JMZ. It's not JMZ. It's Jams. And Jams, the letters JMZ come from my last name, Jimenez.
Right.
But if you write JMZ and somebody says pronounce that, it's Jams.
Jams. Yep. There you go, brother. There you go. So again, you heard it. Hit him up on social media. Joey, simple question, man. If as a fan, if I was to buy a shirt, a cap, do you sign those, brother, before you send them out?
Yeah. I ask everybody if they want me to personalize it to them or to whoever.
Wow.
And where they want. Like sometimes I freak out because people, like me personally, I freak out. Like that's how come I didn't want to put my name, Joey Jimenez, as my thing. I didn't want to be Joey Jimenez, or I didn't want my picture on it. That's how come I made a name for it. You know what I'm saying? And people want me, like I'll come up with these cool designs, or I think they're cool, and people are like, yeah, sign it right in the. I'm like, you want me to sign your shirt in the front? They're like, yeah. I'm like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. So you're gonna wear it? And they're like, yeah. So okay. Whatever they want, man.
There you go, man. That is awesome, brother. Well, there you have it. Get your merchandise now from Joey. And as Joey said, don't wait too long. You see it on TikTok, you see it on social media. You might want to jump on it because as he sells out pretty quick. Yeah, it's a popular thing. So Joey, true blessing on that. So man, we're getting ready to wind up here, man. I know you're a super busy man. I know you've been in the studio, brother, laying some tracks down. What do you got coming, man? I know, is it Metal? You laid some tracks down, or who?
Yeah,
you know,
when I rejoined Metal this year, we played our first gig together in San Antonio back in January, and because of social media and everything, it was like a big thing, you know, and
right.
And it's the original band. It's Carlos, myself, and Rudy Martinez from La Mafia on bass. But now we have our brother Chris Perez, you know, playing guitar. So it's us four. And we did this show, and people were like, y'all need to record. Because Metal is just a fun cover band.
Cover band. Yes, dude. Dude, I've seen you guys jam to 80s. I've seen you back rocking Espanol. The 80s is amazing, bro. I heard you guys on some 80s jams, dude. Blows me away, bro.
Yeah, we were doing that, and then people were like, y'all need to record some original stuff. And I was like, okay, you know, but like, it was never to be taken serious like that. But so we believe it or not, we ended up talking and went in the studio and recorded 5 original songs, which we're going to release as a 5-song EP. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to do 5 videos for these songs. So that's the Metal thing. And then I'm still doing gigs and helping with Macizo. Macizo, I love those guys, man. Shout out to Cuito and Isaías and Edar and
incredible band. Incredible band.
Incredible band with incredible history. And we're in the studio recording new songs. I went and laid some tracks for some new songs, so that should be coming out as well. And and then I stay busy in the studio with different bands, and which is I love creating and being in the studio. I was just in the studio last week with Grupo Vidal. Shout out to JV and Danny Vidal for reaching out and everything. So if you're out there, man, a lot of people when they reach out to me, they think either I don't do studio work or whatever. But man, it would be an honor for me to be on your next record. So if people are watching, any artists, you know, would like to me to lay some or need some drums on their new stuff, hit me up. I'm your guy.
Dude, you heard it right there. Straight from the man. To get Joey Jimenez to jam out on your album, man, or a track. What awesome would that be? Now, another thing, man, before we go, I wanted to touch base because you mentioned, a good example of that, Joey, as far as laying some tracks down and helping out to record. I'm a huge fan too, man. Because both me and you, again, share some common things, man. You like Neil Peart, I like Neil Peart. You've got some other drummers that you influence, but a big influence for me was La Mafia. Oh, I know you're a big La Mafia fan.
Yes, bro.
But dude, let me tell you, brother, I heard for the first time probably a year ago when we were going through COVID. I heard this song on the radio, and I swear I could swear it was La Mafia. I was like, man, it's a new song by La Mafia. And then when it ended, they said, "That's Magnifico Siete." It's like, what? Who the hell is that, bro?
Yeah.
So I started researching, man, and then I saw you with Rock and Roll James, man, and you mentioned he's your uncle, man, and you laid the track down, did you, for that album?
Yeah, man. He was my uncle Leroy Camarillo out of Gonzales, Texas. He's my uncle through marriage. My wife's aunt, that's her husband. And I've known him since Excelencia. So my history with them goes
way back.
Excelencia. That's how, believe it or not, that's how long I've known my wife, since Excelencia.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Yeah, it says not so no. I didn't even have tattoos or nothing back then. You know what I mean? That's how long I've known her. That's how long our history is since then. So, my uncle reached out to me about, doing a record, and I went, and recorded the record at Freddie Records in Corpus. I recorded the drums there, and yeah, man, it started making a lot of noise.
They jam, bro. They really do. I've yet to see them live, but that's one band in my list that I want to go see, brother, because I really dig the music, man. You could swear his vocals are almost as close as you think it's Oscar on the radio, man.
Yeah, a lot of
and then the sound. That. Yeah, and then the sound, brother, is classic Mafia. Yeah. And then hearing them too, man, they said that Mafia was a big influence in them as well.
Yeah.
And I believe, doesn't he have some members from the Mafia in this band, or he doesn't have any more?
Yeah, he's got Jesse Perales, the sax player, and I think Adolf Alonso helps him out on bass. And then Nacho, the guitar player, we play together with Excelencia. Everybody's from either Excelencia or La Mafia in that band.
There's the sound, man, that we're talking about.
Exactly.
There's where that sound comes from.
It's that very unique sound that came from Houston.
Yes. The keyboards give it away, bro. That sound is very unique, and they brought it back, bro. But they brought it back with their own taste. So if you have not heard them, ladies and gentlemen, they're on YouTube. You can download their music. They're on Spotify as well. Magnifico Siete. Highly encourage it. Great music. Joey's on drums, jamming out. So Joey, do me a favor, brother. Do me a huge favor. If you could shout out to Leroy, I'll tell him I'd love to have him on the show, man.
Oh yeah, for sure, brother. You got it.
Yep. But hey, man, Joey, it's been a blast having you on, man. Thank you so much for jumping on, brother. Great stories, man. Great stories. Great career, Joey. I congratulate you again. Hats off to you, sir.
Thank you, man.
Wish you nothing but the best. Before I leave, though, I got to ask you, brother, from a touring perspective, either with Macizo or Metal, any tour dates that you can give, any cities where you're going to be at, Joey?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, from what I know, I'm going to be in Austin, Texas on September the 17th. Next week, we're going to be in Austin with Metal. And then, let's see, I'm actually going to play with Chris. Chris is doing a Chris Pettis Band show in Dallas, as a matter of fact, at the Texas State Fair on October the 4th.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, my wife asked me about that, and I said, no, I think Joey's playing nomás with Metal, but that's good to know, brother. I'm going to be there, man.
Yeah, so it's Chris. The Metal thing is one thing, and then
this is Chris Pettis Band.
This is Chris Pettis Band with the songs from his first record, his Grammy Award-winning record, Resurrection, and he's actually got. Chris has believe it or not, you're hearing it first. Chris has a brand new single that's about to drop. It's called Pushing Ahead, and here's the kicker. He's singing lead vocals.
There you go. Hot off the press, man. We got to watch for that.
Yeah.
So, Joey, I'll be looking at for you at the State Fair, man. You guys have probably got the big states there at the fair. So I'll be looking for you there. Carnalito, muchas gracias. I really appreciate this. Great to talking to you, brother. God bless you.
Thank you,
and
brother.
You take care of yourself, brother.
You too.
All
man.
right.
Thank you
take
again
care, bro.
for everything, and we'll see you soon, man.
You got you, brother. Take care. Peace out.
Yes.
All right. We stop.